Earlier today, Kennedy Hall, he's a Canadian Catholic YouTuber, and he has a channel. You can look him up there. I'll post a link. He's shared a video about an Italian mass. What it seems to be a priest that's out for a ride on his bike, and he had this LGBT stole on, and he was saying mass with some picnic plates on a table. Yeah, you couldn't invent this. And anyway, the Eucharist flies away. The wind takes it up as he's consecrating it. You can see them trying to pick up the Eucharist from the ground from picnic plates. Yeah, he was giving it out on picnic plates. I don't like to be a Catholic fundamentalist in such a way that you're all there poking at what stuff is going on. But we had last year a document, Traditionis Custodes, which came down very rigidly. It was a very rigid document coming down on certain Catholics who practiced their faith in a certain way. And it was the document was called Traditionis Custodes, the custodians of tradition. Somebody had a slip of tongue one day and called it traditional custard. So a bit tongue-in-cheek, I'm going to call this series Traditional Custard, just so we document what's going on in different areas in the church. So, we had the beach mass. We now have the biker LGBT mass with picnic plates. You know what I mean? So we just see, this is what's permitted under the church, in the church, under Traditionis Custodes. He's got canonical status, and this is what they permit. So, look. If he'd celebrated the traditional Latin Mass, he probably would have, the nuncio would be, or his bishop would probably be ringing him up. What are you doing there? But because he had, well, I'll just show you this video and you can just see it. I'm going to play it quickly here through and have a little bit of commentary on it. And again, I'm not taking a dig at people. I'm just saying, look, we're not allowed to promote, grow, foster, advertise the traditional Latin Mass, which I hold sacred, which I hold dear. It's a beautiful Mass. It's not fundamentalist to try and show what we hold sacred and dear. And yet we see on the other side, and it's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time, not the fourth time. This is, we saw in Bologna, they'll have the LGBT Mass, and then you'll have the beachside Mass, and now you have this. Why can't we have our Mass? That's the only question. So the only way that the church will see is if we start documenting this as Catholic bloggers. We'll document it. And it's sad that we have to, make news out of this. We should be digging into our theology, digging into prayer and so forth. But unless the church wakes up to the crisis in the faith and says, look, the Mass is the following. You do the black, you say the black, and you do the red. End of story. Do the black, say the red. Stop inventing your own. Because every time a priest invents stuff at Mass, then the Mass becomes about him. And when he dies or when he moves on, what he has built up disappears, because the next priest, he's not the same. He didn't say the same Mass. That priest, he was great. He would get us all fired up because he was brilliant. He used to do great things in the Mass. But this priest, no, he's not. The Mass isn't the plaything of the priest. It's not your plaything. It's not your toy that you can, move around and invent as you like. Because, this is what we've been doing for 50 years and it hasn't worked so far. So anyway, just going to play you this clip and I'll have a commentary on it and we'll see where we go. Okay. So I've sped up the audio on this. I've sped up but you can see they have a cross there with some fruit. You can see the cups that they've used are plastic cups. You have the paper plate. There's no vestments. You have the rainbow stole. I don't know why these rainbow stoles have come into fashion over the last God knows how many years. Anyway, so this is where you can see it. There's people. I've seen many priests celebrate Mass outside, but this is. If you're going to celebrate Mass, bring a Mass kit, bring a chalice, bring a vestment. Does it cost that much anyway? So this is you could just go through it, and then we'll just talk a little bit more now as he progresses on with this celebration of the Mass. So for the offertory, what he asked them to do was to bring up a bicycle. Yes, this is really what he said. So they bring up a bicycle and they push it in front of this table, which has fruit on it, it's a picnic table. It's a picnic table, and everything on the table is a picnic. That's fine. So like, we turn the Mass into a picnic. That's what we're doing. I mean, the only reason we're doing this video, and people will accuse me, oh, Robert, you're clickbait and you're just chasing polemics in the church and you're chasing this and you're chasing that. I'm chasing it because, as I said, they crack down very hard on what we hold sacred. We're not allowed to have tradition at Mass. We're not allowed to grow it. We're just pushed away. So, I think we should be allowed to highlight what's going on. So have a look at, he's using a picnic cup for a chalice. Plastic. And this is the interesting part of the Mass, because he's there before communion, and as you see, the wind starts blowing. The wind starts blowing on this picnic table with the plastic cups, and there the hosts, they go flying away. So the host, Jesus, goes flying off the picnic table. I think there could be nothing more clear, and people are rushing around to pick off the hosts from the ground. This is how we desecrate our Lord in the Eucharist. We can't afford to give him the dignity he deserves. And they criticize us with their traditional custard document, because we're the problem in the church when it comes to the sacred. I don't know what's going on, but it's not the first Mass. This isn't the first time. Anyway, it's not just clickbait, guys. We record this and we'll have it for posterity so that people can see this is what we're doing with the sacrifice of the Mass after 50 years of reform. Anyway, God bless. Take care. Bye bye.